Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Hope you had a great day here. Before we get started and before I start divulging, what we hold in our portfolio and those types of things, why, of course, there's things that I'd like to share with you. And to me, investing is really built up of really four things. Money you use on a daily basis, investments that you make for the long term, investments that outpace inflation. And that's a big one right now. And we're going to get into that inflation here real quick because I just saw inflation 4.2%. So right out of the gate, everybody's talking about a $15 base pay increase. Well, there went your increase because the cost of goods and services just went up inflation was at 4.2%. And signs of inflation, why we have inflation and the key indicators of inflation, and why I think Bitcoin is so valuable as a hedge and that store of value is because inflation's rampant. So the fourth type of money is really speculative money, a smaller allotment of your investment, however, higher risk, but it poses the opportunity to have a better return. So you need to understand and allocate when you think about investing in Bitcoin. It's just like any other asset. Now, this one just happens to be the best performing asset on the planet for the last 7 years. So you need to learn about, okay, you're going to take on cryptocurrency as an asset. Know that you're not going to get rich overnight. So these are inflationary defenses. Bitcoin, it's a store of value. It protects you. It's a hedge. I mean, it's one of those coins that when you look at your allocation of cryptocurrency, Bitcoin and Ethereum should make up the majority of your portfolio in cryptocurrency, especially if you're new. I'm going to give you some of the coins that I believe that are going to be here for the next decade. So when I recommend coins or what we personally have, I'm not recommending anything. There is no license to recommend coins. I'm no longer financially licensed in any capacity. I left that life, 13 years ago, and I've been an entrepreneur and a capitalist ever since, and we've done quite well. Well, better than quite well. So what I've learned is, let's start a foundation. Let's come up with an allotment plan. Let's come up with how much money do you want to dedicate towards this investment over the long haul, weekly, monthly, whatever. So we're going to start with what I believe is that your number one or two coins, I'll say, because they have the most volume. They have they're dominant, the two dominant coins, and actually the top 8 dominant coins make up about almost, I want to say, 85% of the entire market cap of cryptocurrency. You need to be fully knowledgeable of who owns the company, what's their distribution plan, what's going to create velocity, what's the utility of the coin. If not, you're just throwing your money away. It's like your odds of winning the lotto. It's not going to happen. I like to invest in Bitcoin for the long haul. It serves a purpose. It solves a unique problem. It makes it faster, more scalable. It's decentralized, or it's in the financial field, because everything's coming to blockchain. Whether you know it or not, it's coming, and we're nowhere close to the top of this thing. So let's see what I got here. So the majority of our holdings were in Bitcoin up until about, 6 months ago. And then we switched to our major holdings being Ethereum, because you really want to, once you have the experience, diversify within cryptocurrency. You want your foundation, meaning what's the safest coin out there? And in my opinion, that's Bitcoin, because all the institutional money is coming into Bitcoin as a store of value, because they get no returns at the banks. So it's a good, safe, in my opinion, place to put a good proportion of your allotment towards cryptocurrency. And then secondly, I like Ethereum. Ethereum controls about 90% of decentralized apps, decentralized finance, because the world that we'll see in this decade will be the elimination of a middleman, the interaction that's peer-to-peer. It won't be with your broker. It won't be, we're eliminating the middleman. And dApps, or decentralized apps, allow companies to do phenomenal things that just makes sense. And I think decentralized finance is going to be one of them, simply because of yield. I think Nicole recommended Celsius in the last week, that we do some work with Celsius, that we produce a yield, because we don't get a yield on our savings account. And he's a famous guy. He was the inventor of Skype. So he's successful. And the other thing we looked at, is he collateralized, or is he leveraged using other people's money to make his money? No, he's got money in the game. So when we looked at that, we said, okay, this is somebody that fulfills, our requirement, or our risk tolerance, if you will, and we move forward. But is it good, safe, long-term thinking? Absolutely. Like I keep telling you, Bitcoin wasn't, and altcoins weren't here to make you rich. They were here to free you from the tyranny of government and the control and manipulation of our financial system. Quite honestly, it's archaic, it's abusive to us, and it's way past its time to be just eliminated altogether. So I love Ethereum as a buy and hold. I love Bitcoin, of course. What else do we have here? Ethereum and coins that have the ability to have smart contracts. And I told you in my last video, the good, the bad, the evil of smart contracts. How, take up the central banker, they'll save billions in fraud alone, But on the other side of it, I do foresee some type of regulatory entities using smart contracts as a way to control us. So we need to be very aware of when those come on board, what they truly are and what they look like. But I have a feeling they'll look like kind of like a smart contract stable coin, if that's possible. So yeah, I like Stellar for the long haul, simply because Stellar is really the competition of XRP, and XRP, anybody, Ripple. But what you don't know is 100 banks, 200, 500 probably by now. The last I checked, it was hundreds of banks, and you can look at the amount of volume that Ripple does. And it is coin the bank coin, because it's really fast, it's really cheap, and it moves money. It knocks down walls. There's no you don't need to send a wire and wait 7 to 10 days and hope that your bank allows it. This allows big business and people to conduct business and move money with very little friction. And that's what made XRP so popular. But when you look at Stellar, it's the same concept, but here's the key word: it's decentralized. Remember, if you've been following me, I believe in a decentralized future. It's coming, but in all aspects of life, because privacy, when we learned through this last election and propaganda and the Facebook and the censorship, that we, the people, we've been sold. And that's not a good feeling, that your own personal information and data is up for sale. So we'll get into that on another one. So another one I might like, or I do like, that we have, I like Binance. I like any coin that's got an exchange, because an exchange, in my idea, is a gateway. Binance, what goes with the Binance exchange? Binance coin. It's almost inevitable that somebody buys Binance. Now, there's a whole bunch of other reasons, and let's get into another one that I like, Chainlink. And if you've been following me and you know that I love decentralized apps, decentralized finance, smart contracts because of yield and those different types of things. The next one, Chainlink. Why do I like Chainlink so much? It is kind of like the fuel that all apps run on. What's the best way to put this? It connects financial data to the blockchain. And that's huge. So I think Chainlink is going to be one of those coins that surprise a lot of people, because as all these DeFi coins and all these dApps and Ether and smart contracts, they go hand in fist and hand in glove. Um, so I don't think this bull run is like the one 4 years prior to this, because I do believe a lot of new money is coming in. You look at the wallets and the people that hold Bitcoin, it kind of flows like this. Institutional money is coming into Bitcoin as a hedge. The hodlers are the people that held Bitcoin now, like us, for years and years and years, are now diversifying into the next wave of coins that will dominate a particular sector, whether it be banking or finance or scalability or speed, or maybe they speak the same language, they're interoperable. Maybe they bring different blockchains all together so everything runs in unison. So for today, those are the coins for long term. Remember, money used on a daily basis, money you want to invest for the long term. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then those two coins also, money that outpaces inflation. And that's huge. If you've got money just sitting in a bank account or sitting as cash at home, get out of it, because the cash is going to be limited. If cash makes it another 5 years, I'll be surprised. They're going to rein it in for multiple different reasons that I gave on another video. And then speculative. Which coins are you going to pick that are speculative? Now, the ones I gave you today are pretty much buy and hold, and I like them for the long term for the reasons I expressed earlier. My standard of living or my quality of life, I don't want to be a trader. I'm a buy and hold for the long term, and it's proven very safe. It's proven very effective, profitable. Take EOS when it came out. I mean, it sat idle and dead and was indolent for 3 years. And the ones that waited it out, waited for a good break, a good announcement they're going to have their own blockchain. That's incredible news if you're a EOS holder. So we want to build a foundation. We want to have reasons why that we pick these coins and we have them as foundational coins. So hopefully that helps you today as we start our venture down. What do we call you? Bitcoin Highway. With that said, I rambled on long enough for today. We'll talk soon. Subscribe. We will talk soon. Have a great day.